Hello, my dears. My name is Joanna, and I welcome you to Johanna Taconis, the Deconstruction of C-PTSD podcast. In this episode, we will talk about methods in case of an PTSD emergency, which is usually when the symptoms take over. A situation we try to avoid for a good reason, and where mistakes are punished hard. So let us talk about it. Now, of course, the best method is preventing the emergency to happen in the first place, which has obviously not worked, and now we see what we can do about the situation. Once again, the calmer you are, the better, but it is especially hard in this situation. A general word of advice before we get into the methods. Don't be too hard on yourself, especially about what you lost during the fallout or the emergency situation itself. Don't compare it with the situation going well. This going well isn't the normal state. The normal state is a mix out of the things going wrong and things going well. You are not a perfect being. No one is. Therefore, things will go wrong. It is best to just accept that this is the flip side to the times things went well. So it is of course wise to look at how it went wrong to see if there is a way to avoid it next time. With that being said, let us get into it. We will first cover the crucial first steps, then the methods used in an emergency, and then the grounding method. The immediate first steps or methods are for when you are alone. If you are with someone, signal them or drag them with you. They can call for aid or sit it out with you. The steps then need to be modified to your situation. First, check the situation as far as you can to see if you are safe. That can mean people, cars, sounds, the surface, and the like. You often don't have a lot of time for it, so you just try to glance over and get a good estimate. Otherwise, you might get stuck on this. Second, try to get to safety, at least as far and as much as possible. Once again, you won't have much time for this, so just try as good you can do. It will have to do. Third, try to assess where it is all coming from, for two reasons. One, so you might avert the fallout after all, or at least strongly reduce the impact, and second, so you can learn where the trauma is hiding, what it looks like, and so on. Very valuable information. The emergency methods are mainly about regaining control and shorten the onslaught as much as possible. The more you are in control, the faster it is over, the weaker the symptoms and lesser the pain. Once again, try what works for you best and adjust if necessary. Many are also helpful for anxiety and the like. We have 7 methods, and then we talk about grounding. First, breathing. Focus on your breath. Repeat in your head, breath in and breath out. Try to keep a rhythm. Focus on the air flowing in and out of your body. Nothing else, just on that. Second, mantra. This helps not getting lost in the chaos. Repeat a sentence again and again, like, my name is Joanna. I am recording a podcast. I am in my room. I am safe. No one here is going to harm me. Modify it to your needs and what helps the most. Third, focus. A combination of the last 2 methods. Think breathe in and breathe out. And then I am safe. This helps you focus on your breath and has a reinforcement of the mantra method. Fourth, self-soothing. Here depends on what you are familiar with. I usually go for the hands over my upper arms, moving slowly up and down. Sometimes rocking or moving back and forth is helpful. Once again, it depends on the person. Fifth, anchor. It's something you focus on while the waves sweep over you and ignore everything else. That can be a song you hear, a specific task, a thought, a behavior, anything. For me it was the sentence, "It will pass," and I only focused on that. Sixth, expressive writing or talking, but I'm usually unable to speak in this situation. This method is a fringe one. It is about getting all out of your system to reduce the pressure and therefore the symptoms. Seventh, interception. An advanced method and very difficult. It is about intercepting the situation before it spirals out of control. But for that you must identify the thought that triggered it and resolve it with empathy and counter-argument, or who caused it. And lastly, we talk about the method I mentioned last time. 8. Grounding. It is about attempting to avoid being swept away by the waves. Similar to the anchor, but this method tries to stay enough in the here and now so that the anchor is needed. It is about becoming hyper-aware of your surrounding and focus on that instead of the storm. Like, what does the ground under my feet feel like? The clothes against my skin? The taste in my mouth? What does what I touch feel like? It once again depends on the person and the situation, but it might be wise to at least try it out a few times to get routine. As always, if you have questions, please let me know. That was it for today's episode. I hope you found it helpful. Hope you are safe and well. And, as always, if you have any questions or feedback and the like, please let me know at contactme@johannatakonis.com. More information and transcript you can find, as usually, under johannatakonis.com/podcast/ and links are in the description. I hope to see you next time. Watch yourselves and have a wonderful time.